Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on the Road Builder YouTube channel. Today we're hopping back into this game I've been working on, and we gotta make a future themed shop. So I had a few different ideas. Most times simulators will use sort of like skyscrapers to symbolize futuristic, like a world. You know those memes? What world would be if blank didn't exist? Yeah, basically stuff like that. But I'm thinking more of a sci-fi tunnel type thing, so it'll have the two walls, and then the back wall would be like the door. Of course it wouldn't work because you don't go anywhere, but I think it'd be pretty cool. So, I think that's the idea for this. I've never built anything in this style, so it'll definitely be pretty fun to at least try. And yeah, let me go ahead and make a little list of everything I need just to keep myself organized, and I'll see you guys in... I was gonna say in Blender, but I think we're gonna start it in Studio. Alright guys, it is go time. Now, I rarely build in Studio anymore, to be honest, but I think I'm going to be building a good bit in Studio today. I didn't have my movement on. Control Z, turn it on, there we go. I think I'm going to be building quite a bit in Studio today because it makes the most sense for what I'm trying to do. Of course, Blender would make this a lot easier, but if I make like a whole hallway in Blender, the collisions could be messed up, or really a lot can go wrong now that I'm thinking about it. So here we are in Studio. Now, as you can see, I'm kind of messing with the ground a little bit because I have an idea that will hopefully make this shop stand out from the others and actually affect something more than just like, you know, decorating around it. I think I want to drop these all by like 1.5 studs, maybe 2 studs. There we go. And now I want to have some beams going down like this. All right, guys, I promise there's a method to my madness. I just don't exactly know what it is yet. Let me get this floor kind of worked out and exactly how I want it, and I'll meet up with you guys. All right, guys, so I think for the floor, I want to do something like this. A couple of reasons. It looks awesome, in my opinion, and it just separates it from the other shops. Like, we've made this Japan one, which looks pretty cool. We have a ruins shop over here, also looks pretty cool. And then the flower shop, which is probably my favorite at this point in time. The ruins one looks kind of empty, but I feel like there wasn't really much more that I could have added to it. And the future one, oh man, I just have a lot of ideas and not a lot of time. So, let's try and think of what we want to do for the rest of this. I guess for now, I could delete these back walls. They don't really matter. And I can line this up because, hey, that's important too. Of course not. Of course not. Roblox movement, guys. In a nutshell. There we go. It's finest. Bruh. There we go, guys. So, most of these builds have sort of slopes on the sides, and then they go into a flat wall. So I want to do something like that. The back wall itself will still be pretty flat, and we'll be building some, like, extensions onto it. So, not too much of a worry back there. We don't really have to do too much. And that one should just kind of work out by itself. Now, the sidewalls, we're going to add in a Roblox wedge. Should be good. And I'm going to switch this back to 0.5 just because that's like my favorite building setting for when I'm making something. Let's drag this out to about here and to about here. And then just drag it across. And this should be that same kind of a gray color. We're going to do Control D, maybe about this thick. And I'm just going to drag it up and out by 1. And then we will make these that cyan color that we're sort of going to be working with. So I have cyan down here. It's not neon. I guess it could be. Let's see how this is going to look. Maybe something like right there. Definitely gives it a bit more of a futuristic vibe. Now, with this, let's go ahead and just kind of do it like this. All right, we got all of those spaced evenly. And now I think I want to have some sort of a part that goes across it as well. So let's go back to our blocks here. We can hover it just like that. We'll flatten it out, boom, and drag it across. I will have to make my movements a little less, just so we can flatten it out a bit more and it goes under. But I think this will be pretty cool. And this is going to be that dark gray color, but it's going to be a little bit darker. Something like that. We could turn this off for a quick second and go with something like this. Once again, guys, I've never built in this build style, and I don't know if this is going to be awesome or horrible by the time I'm done with it, to be fair. But I got faith in myself. All right, so we flipped this around. I am going to have to scoot it over a little bit, something like that. And, you know, actually, I should probably keep it how it was and then just grab these and move them over. That would probably make the most sense. I want to get one wall done, and then it's pretty much copy and paste to the other side. And then I can go ahead and figure out how to make the center very cool. All right, yo, this is actually looking awesome. I like how this is turning out. Now, to get rid of all of this Z fighting or whatever you want to call it, I swear everybody has a different name for it. It's really not that important. We're going to just kind of cover it up, and this is also going to act as our back wall, so this would be very nice. All right, guys, something like this. Now, what do I want to add on to the sides? I think I want to use this fencing again. On the sidewalls, just because I think it would look cool, but I need to think of a cool way to execute it. And also, should the top be different than the bottom? Because that's something I'm kind of feeling now too. Let's delete these. I feel like it's kind of overkill. We'll delete just like this so we have a bigger gap between now. Let me think how I want to do this top, guys. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I think I have a wall design that I'm pretty satisfied with. I wanted to change the top so it didn't look exactly like the bottom and a little less copy and pasted. So I think this wall design actually looks pretty good, and I'm proud to let you guys know it was 100% built in studio so far. Everybody always challenges me to do a build without using meshes, and personally, I don't see the most point in it, but today was the perfect opportunity to kind of show you guys, hey, it's possible, all right? So let's copy and paste it, move it over here, and we are going to have to kind of, you know, fix a little bit of stuff, because it's not the most modular, but it's a-okay. Let's grab this and move it over to the other side. Slap it right there, I think. Yeah, that looks right. And there will be a roof on this shop, unlike the others, so there's not really too big of a worry on, you know, these Z fighting or whatever you want to call it. Now, this needs to be scooted over a little bit. Just a little bit. Like one, yeah, something like that. I think, oh, wait, no. It might not be perfectly even. Oh, no. All right, that's right on this side. Are we good on this side? It looks like we're good on this side. Guys, look at this shop so far. Definitely something like I've never built in this style, so I'm pretty proud of how it's turning out so far. I think up next, we need to, of course, we need to have a roof. I want to do some sort of actual bridge type thing here. And I'm not sure exactly how I want to do that just yet, but I think that would really, like, help sell the effect, like walking on a bridge towards this. So I think that'll help a lot. I don't know if the roof is gonna mess this up, so for now I'm gonna grab one of these and just kind of cover the top up. So if you're playing the game, you don't really see all that Z fighting or anything like that. I will make sure it covers the whole thing. There we go. And of course we're gonna make that this kind of a darker gray that we've been using. And yeah, that covers that up pretty good. So duplicate it and we'll just put one over here as well. And that'll cover up all that Z fighting, just in case we don't go ahead and put a whole shop on the top of this thing. Now, I do want to have some railings, but I feel like since I haven't used Blender so far, I'm going to try to do this video without Blender. And to do the railings, we're going to use some cylinders. Perfect. Let's make those a little bit bigger. And we're going to need some spheres. All right, so now what we're going to do is copy the position of the cylinder and paste that position into the sphere. And that'll line that portion up perfectly. Scale this up, something like that. All right, let's turn this off for a second, or maybe put it to 0.25 and move the sphere up. And as you can see, now we have a pretty clean, rounded railing post. I guess it's just the post. It's not like the whole rail yet. And these we're probably going to make a little bit darker, just so we have a bit of variation. All right, and we just copy and pasted it and moved one, or rotated, I guess. We're going to make this top rail a little bit longer. Perfect. And then we're going to copy and paste these so we can bring them over to the other side. And there we go, guys. We now have a pretty rounded railing without using Blender. Looks beautiful. Perfect. Let's toss it on as a prop. Yo, no way. I was about to say, does this actually fit, like, perfect? Oh, man. I mean, that's pretty close, guys. Let's sink it down a little bit. Yeah, I guess it didn't need to be that tall. And then with all of the parts, I want to turn Can Collide off just to make sure that players, it's not like annoying players. And while I'm in the model, I'm going to copy and paste it just so it's all in one model. We'll probably do 3 sets of the handrails. This one a little further, and then we'll do one more to put back here. There we go, guys. Now, I'm going to add a texture to the floor in here, so I should probably union it. And I'm just going to copy the texture that we have out here and paste it into in here. Just like that, guys. Now, do I change the floor in here to match the color outside? See, now it doesn't look that good. So what if we change out here to match the inside color? I guess that works. Yeah, that's okay. All right, guys, up next, I'm going to make this back wall. So I know that I want to keep this blue strip. I think I want to keep pretty much everything on the walls themselves and then add like a door in the middle. So first things, let's kind of cut this. Just cut this so it's like, it has a reason to go straight again. We'll go something like that. I think it looks pretty good. And I'm going to put one on the other side as well. And that's just going to make it so we have an even spot to work from. Now we're going to use our middle beam. I want this to match up. Let me just kind of scale this out so I can match it up perfectly with the side beam. There we go. Push that back into the wall and make it our cyan color. And I think the door is the next thing we have to do. I don't really have an idea for it, so I'm going to build a couple concepts, pick one, and then check in with you guys because I don't want to waste too much of your time. All right, guys, so I'm a little hesitant, but I think this is the finished shop. I don't know if I want to like move this down on all sides because it would be more centered, I guess. So let me try that first. So something like that would be centered, but then everything else is kind of like messed up. And now we have like a bigger gap at the top than the bottom. You know what? I think it's okay. I don't think people are going to be like, oh, that's weird. So we're all good. I'm debating whether or not to add this kind of a fence thing to the back wall as well. I like it, but I don't want to like overkill it. So I'm not sure if I should do that or not. I guess I could try it and see how it looks. I mean, to be fair, I don't think that looks that bad. Let me throw it on this side. I think that looks kind of cool. And then add these pipes again, just as like another set of detail. All right, guys, now I think it is done. If you did enjoy this video and you want to see more content like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.